So, you probably ask yourself, why should I believe some Simon from the middle of nowhere? That's the question I ask about the next mentor I see on the internet who's trying to sell me a coaching and mentoring session. The world is full of those types of people who, especially now, are trying to sell you the same story of success and failure. Work hard, do not stop, adapt, make mistakes, be brave. Yes, that's all true, just don't be stupid. Too much love will kill you, Freddie Mercury said. Too much coaching and ego can have the same effect. One of the reasons I wrote this book is to help you navigate your success, not sell you another coaching success recipe. In most cases, coaches did not engage in any business activities beyond their coaching services. Sometimes I listen to business podcasts when people share their stories and experiences. I don't find much value in most of them. Maybe because they do not tell you the details, they feed you with positive thinking and try to show you how amazing they are because they survived and it wasn't luck at all. You will learn in this book that luck is an ingredient in your business strategy. You can start a business and achieve instant success, or you need to wait 20 years to have it. It's all about being fortunate to have all the elements that contribute to success aligned. One of the most ridiculous things I see on the internet is the advice on hate management strategies. It ends with a simple explanation that any criticism of you might be perceived as hate, and that all the people who tell you something hard are jealous. To be more precise, most coaches want to put a big condom over your head so you can be protected emotionally from the outside world because positive thinking and bravery are the key to success. It's an ingredient, not a key. You should believe in yourself. But that doesn't mean you should not having those sleepless nights and times when you want to sit down under the tree and just fucking cry. Most of the people who succeed in business are masochists because they are taking the emotional, physical, and health problems for years before they succeed. In many cases, in the end, they are called liars or frauds because making money is not a matter of singing kumbaya around the fire. Do you recommend that young people start an entrepreneurial career? You may be surprised, or perhaps not. Still, most people who succeed will tell you that they would never go through this journey again and would consider taking a different approach. When you're not successful, people tell you how hard you work, but when you succeed, they will say how lucky you are. There is something to be learned from this quote. Luck is a very important factor in your business journey. Who am I to tell you how to navigate your success? Fair question. I'm a 42-year-old entrepreneur who has spent the last 25 years searching for success in business, particularly in the technology sector. However, I also tried my hand at other types of ventures which were far away from my main area of expertise. I began my business journey in Poland during the transition from communism to capitalism, in an environment completely different from the Western markets. I'm a well-educated individual with degrees in computer science, economics, and an MBA. I started my first kiddo business when I was 16 years old. I lived and worked in the United States and the United Kingdom for almost 7 years, working for both smaller and larger companies, which gave me an understanding of how businesses differ depending on location and character. When I was 25, I decided to start building my empire. I started my own software production company, which I grew to almost 100 employees naturally without any financial help from investors. By becoming an entrepreneur, I began to think I could do better. So I started working with others. From that day, I became a serial entrepreneur. I've built 10 technology companies. I was involved in about 60 more on a different level, serving as co-founder, investor, CEO, CTO, CFO, or board member. I've built my own startups with funding and multi-million exits. I also built companies that failed, leaving scratches. I went bankrupt twice. I was financially struggling, and it also affected my family. I was in a case where most people would shoot themselves in the head. I have a mandate to tell you how to be liquid because I learned it the hard way by making hundreds of mistakes. Step by step, I learned how to navigate my own path of being liquid. I experienced all possible attacks on myself, my partners, and my family, encompassing all stages of the business life cycle, as well as betrayals and affairs. However, in the end, the liquidity strategy ultimately brought me success and financial gain. Ultimately, being financially liquid gave me the freedom to pursue my goals, and I want to share my secrets with you. This book is for real entrepreneurs. What do I mean by real entrepreneurs? Those who want to build a company that is represented by its value, sustainable business that generates profit for all members of your team, regardless of their position in the game. Not for those entrepreneurs who view business as a path to fame and fortune. For founders, especially those starting a business, who believe in their idea with unwavering conviction, thinking that everyone around them wants to help them, but the reality is often different. Founders who are at risk of being played, misinformed, cheated, and betrayed. For entrepreneurs building their businesses with partners who, in most cases, do not consider negative scenarios during the excitement period. For angel investors, those starting the journey who want to understand the nature of equity and the games behind it, self-understanding of the liquidity problems and how this can affect the founders, even if you have a legal team behind it. For legal teams who criticize me on every level of the importance of the controlling events in the company, I do not blame you, it's your job to do that. But it's good you understand how some events at start can ruin the motivation and culture in the founder heads that point them into to escape path from the company. Every person who starts a business should have a liquidity plan in place for the upcoming years of the company, a path that includes all the problems, hard times, and good times, and exit events attached to every single discovered point on this path. By creating these events in your mind, you're prepared, you're ready for every situation that will come your way, and those situations will come. The worst thing that can happen to you on this journey is a situation where your liquidity is below the surface, especially when you are starting your business in your 20s or 30s and have nothing to fall back on. Been there, done that. Going on the mountain high from the bottom of the sea is tough. I did that, but I've seen others who are taken down in the recovery stage by an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm liquid, and I'm criticized for that very often. If you want to be liquid, be prepared for the same. You will hear from people that you can't trust anyone, that you see negative scenarios, and it's not good that you don't believe in yourself or the business. That's not true. Taking care of my own assets and keeping them liquid keeps me more motivated, allowing me to take better calculated risks. Understanding shares and being a liquid strategy will awaken you as an entrepreneur. Understanding liquidity is a hidden skill that you should keep to yourself. Believe me or not, especially as a startup founder, you will be played. Be liquid and play to win this game, your independence and freedom.